Hey everyone, it's Becky from Book Obsessed Becky. I am coming at you today with a book tag video. It's for the end of the year book tag. I've seen a couple of people do this tag already, so I thought I would do mine. I am here with a stack of books and my Creole brew in my Winnie the Pooh mug. I do have the furnace on because it's like 26 degrees here or something today, so you may hear that kick on and off, and I apologize if it's super loud. But yeah, there isn't much I can do about that because I don't want to freeze to death. So I guess, let me put my cup down. I guess let me get started. There are 6 questions. I keep looking down because I have my notebook here with the questions and my answers on them. And everything will be not linked, good gravy. Everything will be mentioned down below in the information box if you're interested in any of these books or doing the tag yourself. So the first question is, are there books you started and need to finish this year? The answer to that, my hair's in my mouth, is absolutely. So I have a stack here. Not all of them have been started, but some of them have. I need to move the table closer. So if you hear that scraping, that's what that is. Okay, so the first book I have here is A Pirate's Life for Tea. I'm doing a buddy read on this. I'm almost done. I'm hoping to have it done by the weekend. It's the second book in the Tomes and Tea series. I'm really enjoying it. I don't want to say what it's about because I don't want to spoil the first one. But this book needs to get read. Hopefully it'll be finished by the weekend. Another book I have here that I've started and haven't finished because a new readathon come about and I wasn't able to read it before the readathon started, finish it. So I need to finish it still. It's Rewitched. This book is making its way around YouTube and Instagram and all the places. It's cute so far. I'm really enjoying it. I think on page 96. I've got some tabs marked off here for some really great lines, and on the front it says believing in yourself is its own kind of magic, and we're following this woman who comes up on her 30th birthday and she doesn't use her magic too much, but it's gotten to the point where she has to do a test or something to prove that she's worthy of her magic. So that's kind of what this is about. That's what I'm gathering so far. Granted, I had to pause on it, so maybe I've mixed it up a little bit. But it also takes place in a bookshop, which I'm enjoying. Then I have, okay, so a lot of these I've started and haven't finished apparently. I have The Wedding People. I'm listening to this on audio, but again, I started on a readathon in a Discord group that I'm in, so I had to put this on hold as well. I'm hoping to get this done by the end of the year. I am listening to this on audio, and so far it's about a suicidal woman who goes to a hotel. She plans on killing herself, and she is the only non-wedding guest at the hotel, and she runs into the bride, and the bride is against her killing herself because it's going to ruin her whole wedding, and that's pretty much what I've got out of it so far. But again, I'm enjoying it. I think it was a Jenna Bush Hagar book club pick. I think that's her name. But I mean, it's good. Another book I'm listening to on audio, but I have a physical copy of it because I wanted to have his drawings and his handwriting and all that. And that is Madly Deeply. And it's the Diary of Alan Rickman. And I love Alan Rickman. I loved him as Severus Snape in the Harry Potter series. So I just had to have this book, and I'm looking down at it because I wanted to look at some of the pictures. You can see some of his journal entries. I love him, and I just had to have it. I guess it's as simple as that. I'm not very far. I'm in the year 1994. So this book started in 1993 with his diary entries, I guess. And it goes right up until his death. But if you look at the I don't know, the cover and the first page or whatever, you could see that it's his handwriting, his doodles and all that, which really interested me. And then of course there's photographs in here as well, throughout the years of his different roles and him and his wife and all of that. I'm enjoying it. It's definitely a diary type of book. You've got the date, his little blurb for that day, and then it goes right right to the next date in his little blurb for that day, and then so on and so forth. So I'm not reading it like in huge chunks at a time because I don't want to zone out on it, and I think you could very easily zone out when you're listening to it. But what I've listened to so far, I've liked. So I'm hoping to get back to this after the readathon is over. Again, I'm listening to it on audio along with this one, because this was my non-fiction November pick. And then the last book I have started and haven't finished because of another readathon that I'm a part of, but that recently ended, but then another one started up. And then that one ended, and now I'm in a part of another one. So I'm only on page 118, but it is The Covenant of Water. And like, she's chunky, but I'm feeling pretty confident about it because as I've been reading, it's like blocked off into different sections, like part 1, part 2, and so on. I've been keeping notes for myself so I know what's happening. So a little bit anal, I know, on reading, but I didn't want to forget, and luckily I did that because where I've had to pause it so much. But I'm hoping to get back to this, and I'd really love to finish these books before the end of the year, but like I said, this one is a chunker, and then some of the other ones are kind of thick as well, so I don't know if I'm going to get them all done because I also want to read Christmas books, so it's a total situation. Okay, the next question is, do you have an autumnal book to transition you into the end of the year? So yeah, but like, I'm cheating. I'm reusing a book. It can't be helped. It's just got to be done. And again, it's Rewitched because it takes place in October, I think, around Halloween. So I'm working with this one. And then once I finish that, I'm hoping to get into another book, which is Marmee. I don't know if it's got any Christmassy elements in it, but like winter cover. So we'll see. Okay, the next question is there a new release you're still waiting for? Yes, and I'm very excited to get to it. It is called The Mirror. It's by Nora Roberts, and it's book 2 in the Lost Bride trilogy, and it comes out next week. So I'm recording this on Thursday, the 14th, and I think The Mirror comes out on the 19th, and I'm super stoked for it because the first book in the series ended on such a cliffhanger. Question 4 is, what 3 books do you want to read by the end of the year? So again, I want to read The Mirror because I've been waiting for that since last year and I'm so excited about it. I want to read Marmee because I picked this up, I want to say it was like late spring, early summer, something like that, and I've wanted to read it, but I'm such a seasonal kind of reader, and where there was snow on the cover, I was like, oh, I have to wait. And then I have another book here, just a little slip of a book that I want to get to, and it's called An Intentional Life. It was written by a YouTuber on here, and I can't remember what her channel is called. Maybe it's called Living the Life You Love or something. But it's by Kathryn Bardsley, but that's not her last name anymore. She's married now. But she goes by Kay anyways, and she's got such a cozy like homemaking channel, and she wrote this book, and it says it's a guide to a slower and more peaceful existence because she's all about like slow living and coziness and all of that. So I'm hoping that I can get to this book by the end of the year, and it's got like spots where you can answer questions and fill in and all of that sort of thing. Okay, question number 5 is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favorite book this year? So I'm going to go back to The Mirror. I suspect it probably will be one of my favorite books of the year because I absolutely love Nora Roberts and everything that she writes. And I'm so into this series, even though I've only read 1 book in it because The Mirror is book 2. But I have high hopes for it. So it's kind of a cheat answer because I'm not going to be shocked if it happens, like it being one of my favorites. And it's an author that I already love. So am I really answering the question probably not, or I'm like cheating my way around it. But yeah, I have high hopes for The Mirror. The last question on my thing is, have you already started making reading plans for next year? Kind of is my answer, kind of. So I've decided that, like, when I started this channel, it was about finding books to read without going to the bookstore all the time, because I live so like rural that the closest bookstore to me is 2 hours away. And the two libraries that I use, one is an hour away and the other one is 2 hours away. But I also have the Libby app, and I have the Cloud, I think it's called Cloud Library app. So I get books through both of those. So I would like to use my library a lot more. And I don't know about anybody else, but I've said this before, I am a complete book dragon. I hoard books like nobody's business. And I have so many books on my shelves. So you can see like these shelves here. And I've read some of the books on these shelves, but I haven't read all of the books on these shelves. But I also have a bookshelf in my bedroom that's like a big one. And I have a lot of books on there that I need to read. And then my entertainment center is like right here. I have books tucked into there as well on the shelves that I haven't gotten to. I have a book trolley over here. Can't see it, but it's over here. And that's full of books that I haven't read. So I have books squirreled away everywhere. And that doesn't even account for my Kindle books. I have a ton of Kindle books I haven't read. So I really want to make reading my own stuff, like my own books, a priority, reading more from the library a priority. And I want to read more, like I read a lot of everything, but I want to try to read more, I don't know how to say it, like, I call it learning books, but like self-help books, books that you learn from, that don't necessarily have to be like self-help books. Like there's a book called, I think it's called Outlive, and it was written by a doctor about living a healthier type of lifestyle so that you age without like disease and things like that. So I would like to read more things like that. My degree is in, I have a college degree in psychology, like behavioral sciences, and like education. So a lot of psychology based stuff is very interesting to me. Like I love Brene Brown, for example. I love a lot of her works. So I want to focus more reading on things like that. So I have An Intentional Life, which is I guess more of like a self-help kind of a book. But I have another book here from my shelves. It's called The 4 Agreements. And I'm interested in this as well. I can't remember what it's about exactly. It says, an inspiring book with many great lessons, according to Wayne Dyer. But I'm interested in things like this. It says on the back, in the 4 Agreements, Don Miguel Ruiz reveals, and I have no idea if I said his name right, so I apologize right now if I didn't, but reveals the source of self-limiting beliefs that rob us of joy and create needless suffering. Based on ancient wisdom, the 4 Agreements offer a powerful code of conduct that can rapidly transform our lives to a new experience of freedom, true happiness, and love. Like, I love stuff like this, things that you can make little notes on. Over here on my shelf, you probably can't see it, it's like right next to the Santa I Can Explain sign there. I have The Alchemist. I really loved that book when I read it. Like the little life lessons in there, just little tidbits of wisdom that you can take away and think about throughout the year or whatever. I want to read more books like that, more books that make me feel better, that I can learn from, that I can improve my life with, along with all of the other books. Okay, so that is all the questions from the end of the year book tag. Maybe you have discovered some new books in here that you might be interested in picking up. Maybe you're reading some of the same ones. Maybe you've already read the ones that I've talked about. If you want to talk about it down below, let me know, because I'm always interested in talking to you guys. And if you're up to answering any of these questions, put your answers down below, because I'm always curious to know. I hope this video finds you all well, and I will speak to you all very soon. Bye!